Hi everyone, hope you're doing well, hope you're having a good weekend. So we're nearing the end of November and over the last couple of weeks I've still been finding more DVDs as well as some books. So let me just show you what I found. Let's start off with the books first. And first up I have this one, which is a biography on Joan Crawford. Should be a good read. This is called Not the Girl Next Door. Bit of glare there. Next up, biography here on Grace Kelly. This should be a good read. Next up, and it's the great Pete Postlethwaite, who we sadly lost in 2011, I think it was. But yeah, what a fantastic actor. I would enjoy reading this. Here's a couple of scenes. Next, okay, not quite a film biography, but there is a documentary film on Jane Goodall called Jane. So this is the biography of her. I do obviously enjoy lots of things to do with Africa, so I will definitely enjoy reading this. And next we've got Parky's People. So definitely when I was younger, and for a lot of people, Michael Parkinson was the king of the chat shows in the UK. And we watched loads and loads of his chat shows, and he had some really classic ones with the likes of Muhammad Ali and Billy Connolly and loads of others. But this is an interesting one. We've got lots of different features here that involve his reminiscences of various actors. You know, Fred Astaire there, Peter Sellers is in this, Peter Ustinov, John Cleese, well, there's Peter Kay. But so people from TV and film. Dame Edna, he had lots of interviews with Dame Edna over the years. This should be an enjoyable read. So lots of people involved in here, Richard Burton as well. Parky's People. And then another one that's okay, it's not quite film related, although this is Dr. Oliver Sacks, and this is a book called Musicophilia. Oliver Sacks. Maybe you remember seeing Awakenings, which was the film with Robert De Niro and Robin Williams. Robin Williams played Dr. Oliver Sacks in this film. But Oliver Sacks is a neurologist. And Musicophilia, I had this book quite some time ago, and it's a really fantastic read. It's really about all the way our brain works and how things trip in different ways, and we get our wires crossed. And this is really about all the neurological things that go in our brain and how we associate music with memory and with times and places. Really, really good read this. And definitely if anyone's interested in Oliver Sacks, I mean, the first book of his that I read was The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat, which is a fantastic collection of stories about patients of his with various different neurological disorders. There we go, Musicophilia. Next up we have this one. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, hang on a minute, hasn't got a jacket on it. This is Hollywood UK. Not often you see a book like this. This is written by Alexander Walker, and it's on the British film industry in the 1960s. This will definitely be a fascinating read. It covers all the sort of top British films that were released in the 60s. That was a period when we were getting all the sort of kitchen sink dramas, so Room at the Top and Sunday Bloody Sunday and Saturday Night and Sunday Morning and Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner, The Servant, Blow Up, all those kinds of things. So this should be a really interesting read. Okay, now moving on to the DVDs. Some of these you'll know, some maybe not. But first up, we have Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I actually have War of the Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray, but I didn't have these two. So glad to now have both of these. Then we've got John Goodman in The Babe, directed by Arthur Hiller and with cinematography by Haskell Wexler. And a double bill here, Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal, analyse this, analyse that. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Robert De Niro doing comedy. I know D at the Movie Bay is. He likes Robert De Niro doing his comedies. These ones are okay. I haven't seen them in a long time, so I thought I'd pick it up. And here we have a Michael Bay movie, Pain and Gain, with Dwayne Johnson and Mark Wahlberg. I actually quite like this one, so I now have a copy. Now here we have a film from an Irish director, Mary McGuckian, and it's The Bridge of San Luis Rey. And this is a true story that's been told in a few films over the years. But yeah, quite a big starry cast here that includes Robert De Niro and Harvey Keitel, Kathy Bates. But yeah, allegedly not a great movie, but yeah, with this cast, I will check it out. One I saw at the cinema and haven't seen it since, Practical Magic with Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. This is still unopened. And also unopened, we've got this one, Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day, with Frances McDormand and Amy Adams. I'm not really familiar with this one, but enjoy both of those actresses. I have seen this one before. It's an action film from Steven Soderbergh, with Gina Carano there, and quite a big cast that includes Michael Fassbender and Ewan McGregor. Haywire. And next, from director Irving Kershner, who went on to do The Return of the Jedi. This is the sequel to A Man Called Horse, The Return of a Man Called Horse, with Richard Harris. Next, we've got Albert Finney and Greta Scacchi and Matthew Modine in the Browning version. And then next, another one I haven't seen since the cinema. This is Angela's Ashes, directed by Alan Parker and starring Robert Carlyle and based on the book by Frank McCourt. And next we've got Chuck Russell's remake of The Blob. And then Rennie Harlin's supposedly disastrous Exorcist: The Beginning. I've never actually seen this. I'll give it a go. Next, interesting one, this, Hollywoodland, set in the 1950s, based on a true story about the death, or the mysterious death, of George Reeves, who played Superman, and in this film he's actually played by Ben Affleck. We've got Adrian Brody and Diane Lane in the cast here as well. Now, also, I should mention Altaz, Cine Art Therapy. I know he talked about this one fairly recently, I think, on his channel. So do check out Cine Art Therapy to have a look at some of his videos as well. Next, I wasn't going to pick this one up, but this is a little mini-series. It's called Blackbeard. You've got Angus McFadden there in the lead role, but yeah, quite a starry cast this that also includes Jessica Chastain and Stacey Keach and Richard Chamberlain. And funnily enough, just this morning I was watching a video on Stuart George's home movies, and he was going through a couple of Richard Chamberlain movies that he was enjoying last month, which included The Count of Monte Cristo and The Man in the Iron Mask. And yeah, and I was just chatting with Stuart, just sort of remembering really just how big a deal Richard Chamberlain was when we were growing up. I mean, he seemed to be on TV all the time, you know, in Man of Monte Cristo, Man in the Iron Mask, but also there was the TV show Dr. Kildare, and then particularly Shogun and The Thornbirds, and also a schmaltzy movie called The Slipper and the Rose. So yeah, Richard Chamberlain was always on TV, but so I picked it up, spotting his name today, Blackbeard. This is supposedly a kind of Hallmark weakening down of a sort of Pirates of Caribbean type style, but yeah, a mini-series that was just in 3 episodes. So Blackbeard. Next, from director Yorgos Lanthimos, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, with Colin Farrell, Nicole Kidman and Barry Keoghan. Next, finally picked this one up, Heart's War, with Bruce Willis and Colin Farrell. Again, one I saw at the cinema and I haven't seen it since. Haven't really felt inclined to watch it over the years until now. And then next, we have The Canterville Ghost. Now, this is a story that's been told numerous times over the years, but this is the film adaptation from 1998 with a cast that includes Tony Richardson, Celia Imrie, Rick Mayall, Pauline Quirk, and yeah, adapted from the story by Oscar Wilde. Next, we've got an animated film, The Breadwinner, which is directed by Nora Twomey, who also did The Secret of Kells, Irish animator. So yeah, this is an animation film about growing up under Taliban regime in Afghanistan. Next, still adding to my Elvis, I have most of Elvis's movies either on DVD or Laserdisc, but yeah, here we have Spin Out, and also Change of Habit, there with Mary Tyler Moore. And next we have the classic The Ghost and Mrs. Muir from 1947, starring Gene Tierney and Rex Harrison, directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz. Next, there's been numerous adaptations of Pinocchio, but here's the one from Roberto Benigni, who was also in Life is Beautiful. Now, I've heard that this one is not supposedly too good, but nonetheless, I will give it a watch. And then next, from Michael Gondry, who did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, we have The Science of Sleep with Gael Garcia Bernal. And then next, produced by Spike Lee, directed by Nick Gomez, New Jersey Drive. This one's still unopened. And then this one, really enjoyable, Hidden Figures, with great performances from Octavia Spencer, Taraji P. Henson and Janelle Monáe, telling the story of the NASA space race and the women's involvement in getting John Glenn up into space. And then we have Gone in 60 Seconds. Catch this quick on Criterion Channel. It leaves this month, I think. But yeah, this is not the Nicolas Cage one, but this is the original H.B. Halicki version from 1974. A crazed stuntman who basically did all his own driving stunts in this. A really terrible first, 50 minutes, but then buckle up for the final 45 minutes, which are some of the most incredible driving that you'll see on film. Really good fun movie, this. And yeah, the DVD has a whole load of extra features on it as well. But yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds. And then finally, going back to my childhood, I guess, a bit, but we have this one, The Perils of Penelope Pitstop. Hi-yelp! Do you remember that? And the hooded claw, I'll get you. And the Anthill Mob and Chugaboom. So yeah, this was fun animated stuff that used to be on, along with Dastardly and Muttley and Wacky Races, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, nice little DVD set here that has all the episodes on it, including, just open that up, but it also includes this nice little lithograph here as well. But yeah, just a nice little set. Okay, so there we go. Another mixed bag of DVDs. Some good ones, some maybe not so good ones. But yeah, let me know in the comments your thoughts on any of those. And what do you think about the books as well? Any books there that you're interested in? I certainly want to read a bit more over the winter months. So I'm glad I've picked all of those up. But yeah, let me know your comments. Hopefully I'll see you again for some more videos. I do have another haul video probably coming because I did partake in the Indicator sale. I've had one delivery already and the other delivery is coming shortly. This is the only boutique label that I am buying from at the moment in sales. It's too expensive for me to get Criterions and imprint films, but Indicator, although you have to buy a lot to get the free shipping, buying in quantity does actually result in quite a bit of saving. So yep, I do have a number of films that I can show you if you want to see those. That'll be coming up shortly. Anyway, hopefully I will see you again. All the best to you. Enjoy your movie watching. Bye-bye.